Good morning, seventh grade. I'm gonna wait just like an extra second, because I know some people are about to get on the live right now. So let me just check my text messages while people are getting in here. Wow. Okay, I'm excited for the rest of my day, guys, because I think I'm gonna come up with a way to get my music out there to people. So I'm actually very excited about today. I just wanted to share that little personal tidbit with you all. That being said, let's look at what we're doing today. So today, what we are doing is we're doing the Module 3, Quiz 3. I think we already did surface area already, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to hit this quiz because that's the only thing that I had assigned for you all today. So I'm hitting quiz 3. It's going to take a few seconds for it to scroll to quiz 3 on its own, but here we are. And I'm going to hit start quiz. It's only 5 questions. Wow. Okay, then we will be able to do some extra stuff after this, so that's kind of cool. Okay, let me just make sure that you can see everything that you need to see. So here is quiz 3 on Khan Academy. We have a cereal box that looks something like this. Right? Okay. Dang. This camera keeps moving. Quit moving. There we go. There we go. So we got a cereal box. So I'm going to use the marker that Khan Academy gives me right now because that's actually very useful. So let's look at the front side of this cereal box. So here where we have the Cheerios logo. This looks like Cheerios, so I'm even going to write Cheerios here. This is the front side of the box. And so let's find the area or the base times height. I can't even spell Cheerios. Base times height. So base is 10 centimeters, height is 20 centimeters. So we know that the area is 200 square centimeters. Square centimeters. Whoops. There we go. So I'm actually gonna shrink my whole blackboard because I'm not really using it right now. I mean, yeah, I am. I'm about to use it. Let me just... Yeah, I'm about to use this thing. So I know that side of that face is 200. Let me keep going here. So the face on the side, so probably where you would find the nutrition facts right here. This is a 3... Oh, whoops. This is a 3 by 20 rectangle. So 3 times 20 is 60. So there's going to be 60 square centimeters. So SQ... I can actually write pretty good with this marker. And then the top part of the box is 3 centimeters by 10. Because this right here, the front of the box, that's 10. So if you do 3 and 10, this is going to be a 30 square centimeter face. So far we have found 3 faces. But if you know anything about cereal boxes, you know that they actually have 6 sides. Let's do some quick math here. Let's do some quick math. So we have 200 square centimeters, but really we have 2 of those, right? Because it's the front and the back. Then we have the side, which is 60 square centimeters, but really we have 2 of those sides. And then the top of the box is 30 centimeters, or 30 square centimeters, but we have 2 of those. We have the top and the bottom. So we have to double each of these numbers and then add it all together. Okay? So let's do that. We got 400 on this side, 120 here, and 2 times 30 is 60. So if we add these by hand, which should be pretty quick, you should get 580 square centimeters. Because we did all 6 sides, right? So 580 square centimeters. So I'm going to go to the box. I'm going to hit 580. Check it. All right. Next question. Find the area of this shape right here. Well, let's do that. Let us do that. Wow, this stream looks amazing right now, guys. I'm pretty thrilled. Oh, okay. So let's go ahead. Ow, 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 ow. My back really hurts from sitting in this chair. It doesn't keep me upright. It makes me hunch forward. Okay. So let's try a red marker here. So we got, what kind of shapes do we have here? Okay, sorry. What kind of shapes do we have here? We have a little square. Let's figure out the area of this little square. So this square is, let's see. I know the height of the square is 2, and the width of it, well, it looks like the width up here is 9. And so that means that down here, this whole width must be 9. And so that means that 2 plus something plus 5 equals 9. Well, 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. Yeah. So this little square down here, this is going to be 2 by 2. So this is going to be 4 square units. Let's do this rectangle up top. The rectangle up top is 9 by 3.5. So if you do 9 3.5 times, you can use a calculator for that, or mentally 9 plus 9 plus 9. That's 27. 27 plus 4.5, because that's half of 9. That's 31.5. So if you use the calculator, you can just do 3.5 times 9. That should get you 31.5 square units. And then let's do the areas of the little triangles here. So this little triangle right here is a 2 by 2 triangle. But keep in mind, it's a triangle, so it's kind of like half of a sandwich. So you got to cut the area in half. So 2 times 2 is 4, but half of that is 2 square units. So put a little 2 inside that. And then this triangle is a 2 by 5 unit right triangle. So 2 times 5 is 10. But again, it's a triangle, so cut that in half. That is 5 square units. So we have found the area of all 4 shapes. Let's add them together now. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 5 is 11. 11 plus 31.5, that's, I believe that's 42.5? If I can do that mentally. Yeah, that should be 42.5. So we are going to enter 42.5 into the box. 42.5 square units. Okay. 42.5. Enter. Hooray. Let's keep it going. Let's see if anyone's joined us. No one's joined us yet. There's one viewer. It's me. Find the area of this shape. Oh, I love this. So I'm actually going to use the blackboard for this one because I prefer the blackboard. So we have a quarter circle up in here. So we have a quarter circle. So let's draw the full circle first. Wow, that was pretty good. Let's draw the full circle, and then we can draw like the quarter circle here. So this quarter circle is like the one I have drawn right up here, right? It's the same exact quarter circle. It's got a radius of 8, and we're going to find the area of this thing. So to find the area of this little quarter circle, first you need to find this whole area, and then you got to divide it by 4, okay? So the area of this full circle is area is equal to pi times the radius squared. Now what is the radius of this circle, or of the quarter circle? They're both the same. What's the radius? So from the center to the edge, that's going to be 8 units. Yes? So let's do this formula. We're going to do pi times 8 squared. And let's do this math. 8 squared is 8 times 8. So that's 64 times pi. And 64 times pi is this whole area. Now keep in mind, I only want this. I only want the quarter circle up in there, right? So I'm going to take this area, 64 pi, and I'm going to divide it by 4. And if I do that, let's see if I have enough room here. I probably do. 64 divided by 4, that's going to be 16 pi. because 64 divided by 4 is 16, so you just get 16 pi. Okay? Now, you could do 64 times pi and get the decimal and then divide it by 4, but this is easier. I didn't even have to use a calculator. Just 16 pi. Now, if you like decimals, do 16 times 3.14, but I personally like just using the symbol pi, okay? So let's try that. 16 times pi. Yay. How many minutes have we been going? 10 minutes. Okay, good. Next, they ask us, what is the circumference of this circle? Circumference is even easier. Circumference is all the way around a circle. So if you draw a circle and you go all the way across, that's 9 centimeters. That's the diameter, so I'll put a D there as well. And so we know that the circumference is going to be pi times diameter, or diameter times pi. Well, in this case, diameter times pi is just 9 times pi. So the circumference all the way around the circle is equal to 9 times pi. Is there someone at my front door? No, that's just the neighbor walking a dog. Okay, 9 times pi centimeters. So can I do that? Oh, I need to use the decimal because it doesn't let me use 9 times pi. So let's use the calculator. Oh, whoops. There we go. 9 times 3.14. equals 28.26. So that means that all the way around the circle, the circumference is 28.26 centimeters. Okay, I'm going to hit check. Hooray. Hooray. Oh, you guys didn't even see it. My calculator was right there. Huh. 9 times pi is 28.26. So the calculator is right there. You can use the calculator as well. Okay. Let's move on. Next question. Finally, we have a trapezoid. This is called a trapezoid right here. But a trapezoid is really just, you know, you can, here, let me show you this picture here. So a trapezoid, let me redraw this real quick. We got a top side, and then diagonal, diagonal, and then the bottom side is 4, the top side is 12, and the height is 4, which means that the height over here is also 4. Okay? Now check this out. If this is 4, then that means that this little middle part right here is 4, which means that 4 plus something would make the whole 12. So what is it? 4 plus 4 plus 4? Oh yeah, that's what it is. So put a little 4 there and put a little 4 there. Okay? So let's find the area of the square right in the middle. This is a 4 by 4 square, so we're going to do base times height, or length times width. That equals 16 square units. So I'm going to put a big 16 right there. 16 square units. Then we're going to do these areas here. Okay? So this is a 4 by 4 triangle. So we're going to do 4 times 4, but then we're going to cut it in half because it's a triangle. So 4 times 4 is 16. Half of 16 is 8 square units. And then over here, this little triangle is also 4 by 4. So this one is also 4 by 4 is going to be 16. 16 cut in half is 8 square units. 8 square units. So I have 3 areas. 8 plus 8 is 16. And 16 plus 16 is 32, if I know how to add. 32 square units. Check it. And those are the answers to the quiz. So here's what I'm going to do. Did I assign something new? I did not. Dang it. So let me go ahead and do that right now. So I see that a lot of people didn't finish yet, so here's what I'm going to do. You guys can probably see this. All these things that have a due date of yesterday, I'm going to edit that, and your new due date is going to be Friday. Friday at 8 a.m. Okay? So anything that was due yesterday, I am changing that so that it says Friday at 8 a.m. So let me take a few seconds to do that. I just have to do like 4 more assignments here, I think. (8 a.m.) Check this out. I'm going to try to... If you have ever heard of military time, 8 a.m. is actually 0800. So I'm going to see if I put 0800... Oh, man, it saves it as 8 a.m. That's pretty cool. I'm also going to... Anything that was today. Yeah, I'm changing everything to Friday. That doesn't mean don't start on it. That means I'm giving you a little bit more time. Because all the videos are up. You can answer all of these. So let me... Again, so many more people I think should be doing this. And those of you who are doing it, thank you so much. You guys are really great, you know? Now I know that there's some challenges with internet, so that's why I'm going to be calling home today. I'm going to see if everybody has what they need. But for right now, let's look at the assignments. I think that was quiz 3, module 3. What was after that? We did area, surface area. We can do volume. Dang, they don't have any volume problems here. So here's what we'll do. I will assign... You need to do the problems that are in these videos. So I'm about to give you 3 videos to watch. You need to watch them by Friday as well. Those are 3 videos, and you need to write down the problems in them. I'm going to watch one of the videos with you right now, so that way we can get a head start on it. So, let's see, volume of a triangular prism and a cube. Let's watch it. Let's watch it together here. I hope you guys can see this. Oh, whoops, my blackboard's in the way.
Let's do some solid geometry volume problems. So they tell us shown as a triangular prism. So there's a couple of types of 3-dimensional figures that deal with triangles. This is what a triangular prism looks like, where it has a triangle on 2 faces, and they're kind of separated. They're kind of have rectangles in between. The other types of triangular 3-dimensional figures is you might see pyramids. This would be a rectangular pyramid because it has...
If anything, just practice drawing these, you know?
Or it has a square base, just like that. You could also have a triangular pyramid where it's just literally every side is a triangle, so stuff like that. But this over here is a triangular prism. I don't want to get too much into the shape classification. If the base of the triangle B is equal to 7, the height of the triangle H is equal to 3, and the length of the prism L is equal to 4, what is the total volume of the prism? So they're saying that the base is equal to 7. So this base... Actually, I'm going
to practice drawing these shapes right now because it's actually really good skill.
The height of the triangle is equal to 3. So this right over here, this distance right over here, H is equal to 3. And the length of the prism is equal to 4. So I'm assuming it's this dimension over here.
It's kind of like drawing a tent.
4. So length is equal to 4. So in this situation, what you really just have to do is figure out the area of this triangle right over here. We could figure out the area of this triangle and then multiply it by how much you go deep. So multiply it by this length. So the volume is going to be the area of this triangle. Let me do it in pink. The area of this triangle. We know that the area of a triangle is 1/2 times the base times the height. So the area, this area right over here, is going to be 1/2 times the base times the height, and then we're going to multiply it by like kind of our depth of this triangular prism. So we have a depth of 4. So then we're going to multiply that times the 4 times this depth times the 4. And we get, let's see, 1/2 times 4 is 2. So these guys cancel out. You'll just have a 2. And then 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 7 is 42. And it would be in some type of cubic unit. So if these were in, I don't know, centimeters, it would be centimeters cubed. But they're not making us focus on the units in this problem. Let's do another one. Shown is a cube. If each side of the cube, or if each side is of equal length, x equals 3, what is the total volume of the cube? So each side is equal length x, which happens to equal 3. So this side is 3. This side over here, x is equal to 3. Every side, x is equal to 3. So it's actually the same exercise as the triangular prism. It's actually a little bit easier when you're dealing with a cube, where you really just want to find the area of this surface right over here. Now this is pretty straightforward. This is just a square, or it would be the base times the height, or since they're the same, it's just 3 times 3. So the volume is going to be the area of this surface, 3 times 3, times the depth, times the depth. And so we go 3 deep, so times 3. And so we get 3 times 3 times 3, so is 27. Or you might recognize this from exponents. This is the same thing as 3 to the 3rd power. And that's why sometimes if you have something to the 3rd power, they'll say, you cubed it. Because literally, to find the volume of a cube, you take the length of one side, and you multiply that number by itself 3 times. One for each dimension. One for the length, the width, or I guess the height, the length, and the depth, depending on how you want to define them. So it's literally just 3 times 3 times 3.
There we go. Cool. So there's 2 other videos that I assigned you to watch. Those are, what did I give you? I gave you volume of a rectangular prism and volume with fractional cubes. So they're going to teach you more about volume, where it's length times width times height, but they're also going to include fractions in those numbers. So all I want you to do is to watch those videos and to do the problems that they do in those videos, because then we will do our own practice of volume problems, okay? But that will be tomorrow. For right now, I would like 7th grade to please, since I did extend the deadlines to the end of the week, I want you to get on whatever assignment you haven't done and try it. And also, hopefully by now you already know about you're probably watching this on YouTube. So on every day I actually did the assignment that I assigned to you. So you should be able to do all the assignments, and if you're stuck, there's a video for it. So there should be no excuse to not be doing this, okay? I think that'll be it for today. If you have any questions, please email me or mark it, put like a comment in the Google Classroom. But otherwise, I'll just talk to you later. Be safe, get a lot of rest, drink lots of water, and wash your hands, please, okay? Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.